Don't Give a Fudge, the fourth most popular podcast for passive-aggressive candy makers.
That's the wrong podcast again, Brian.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Welcome back to the Vinyl Word Podcast. As always, I'm Steve Beach.
And I'm Brian Mayer. Hello.
We are here again at the Greenwood Library in Greenwood, Indiana. Thank you for letting us be crazy.
Until they find out that what we're doing in here.
Yes. And then they listen to a few episodes and go, oh, we just can't have that in our library.
On the street again.
We have children who come here. We can't be doing that. But yeah, you can follow us on Facebook, and you can follow us on all the Spotify, Apple, all that stuff, and just make sure you turn on notifications because, as we always say, we have lives. We don't put these out on a regular basis, unfortunately. Correct.
We try to put out one sad joke on X each day. That's really the the extent of our social media reach right now.
Yeah, which is fun too. Mm-hmm. And also, as mentioned before, if you read the episode summaries on any app you're having on the top, it'll say text us, and you can just tap on that, and you can send us a text. Just say, "Hey guys, enjoy your podcast," or "Hey, your podcast sucks," but that's okay.
Yeah,
you can send us anything. And Brian, I know you and I were talking earlier. We had one of our first internet trolls recently on Facebook who didn't like one episode, but that's okay.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And, I feel like it's just one more spot on our internet bingo card.
Right, exactly. Our walk to fame.
Yeah.
So anyway, also we're growing again, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
We have a small writing team now. You have you and I and Eric. Mm-hmm. And so now we have my son Cameron here.
Yeah.
Hello.
So he is doing our recording. He is running the board and stuff. So he's helping out with production.
Absolutely. And thank you for doing that, Cameron.
Yeah. So
you are welcome.
So anyway, anything else, Brian, before we check in with Charlie?
By all means, let's listen to Mr. Charlie Cutler and see what folksy wisdom he has for us today.
It seems to me that... Oh, hello, this is Charlie Cutler.
Oh, so soothing.
Let's just talk for a couple of minutes.
It's all one-sided.
It seems to me that circuses just aren't circuses anymore.
They're not as crazy.
I remember when the circus played in tents under
Was
canvas.
Was Kelly alive?
I
don't know.
Today
they put the show on in
Bailey?
big buildings, and it isn't the same.
They're in buildings?
And now they
what
even
are they
have
doing?
pretty girls doing ballet
multiple
dances.
floor circuses? What are they doing?
The high wire acts don't die anymore.
Right.
Well,
I think I liked circuses
like
best the way they used to have them back in our town. The show always got in the early morning. And every boy was there on the grounds hoping that he could get a job watering the elephants or carrying hay for the horses.
Yeah. Or scooping elephant poop.
Do you remember how it was when the parade came down Main Street? The steam calliope we used to call it, playing full blast.
He's pronouncing it wrong.
All the wild animals in the fancy
He's putting the
cages with
emphasis
those
on the
big
wrong
painted
syllable.
wheels.
Right.
And everything decorated in the brightest colors you ever saw. Magic.
We're just
I'll
kidding.
never
Everything
forget
was
the
black and
year
white
my
back
great
then.
Uncle Reuben first saw a circus parade. He was a grown man, but he'd always been busy working on the farm, so he just never got around to seeing
Or playing video games in his grandmother's
basement.
basement.
So there he was, gawking at all the animals as they went past. And when he saw the rhinoceros, he took one look and said, "Shucks, there ain't no such animal." And that's worth considering, isn't it?
I'm sorry. What? He saw the animal and was like, fake news.
Right. Here it is in front of my eyes. Right. It doesn't exist.
Oh, boy. Who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes?
Right.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
That's
Poor
impressive.
guy. Poor guy. All right.
Charlie Cutler, man.
I know. So, yeah, we are on side 2 of...
The Wendy Way.
Wendy Way. 20 Day to Wendy Way.
Mm-hmm.
And if your self-esteem wasn't deflated on the first side, it will be today.
Right. So, Steve, I had a kind of like a little joke set up to kind of help get this going.
Sure.
So, what do you call a woman who's dissatisfied with her appearance?
I don't know.
Normal.
Oh, okay.
What do you call a man who's dissatisfied with his appearance?
Normal.
Yeah. What's appearance?
Right. What's the say? Appearance? What is that?
Yeah. This is something that men traditionally do not struggle with. And I think in all of us, regardless of our form, Atlas is in there and we can get him out anytime we want.
Right.
Know, but this record really just,
I know. It's awful.
Ladies, we love you. We are your advocates. We are your friends.
Right.
We are going to make fun of this record.
On purpose.
And
rightly so.
We think that this record is going to say some certain things. Before I started listening, I just kind of wrote down a list. I was like, what do I think is going to be on this record? And, some of the things that I thought it would say just because of when it was and what was on side one.
Sure.
I thought, is men want to look at you a certain way. Steve, do we care?
No.
Okay. Yeah. News flash.
We do not care.
How you look is directly proportional to how you feel. And no, it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
Your outward appearance and your confidence, those are two separate things. They're tied because we are human beings. We're complex, holistic beings.
Sure.
But, we're still there. And the last thing I really thought that I wrote down was the idea of beauty is external and you have to seek it out.
Wrong.
Yeah. But not according to Wendy.
Not according to Wendy, as we will find out here in a second. So, we ready?
By all means, Steve, let's drop the needle and get this going.
All right.
Good morning. Today, your second day, you check your baggage.
Emotionally.
Painful? Possibly. Excess baggage can be costly, and you can't afford to take along more than you really need.
Oh, just like
In
Southwest.
taking that long, close look at yourself in your full-length mirror, what was the first thing you noticed? Probably your figure, especially if you didn't like what you saw.
Figure.
If you're too thin or too heavy.
Or look
if
like a
your
crab.
hips make every skirt look too small and your waist looks as though you're wearing a perpetual life preserver.
Oh my gosh, why don't you tell them to jump off a
you'll
cliff,
never
Wendy?
feel good about yourself.
Jeez.
Stop
And
trying.
so, today's the day to do something about it. You must diet to lose pounds and exercise to lose inches.
Or liposuction
If
for
it's
both.
pounds you need to lose, it's wise to talk with your doctor to see just what kind of diet he feels will be best for you.
Ice
You
cubes
will
or
be
air?
as beautiful as the food you eat. So learn to regard all those foods that will ruin your complexion or make you fat and unhappy as ugly pills.
Ooh, like
The
Mugatu?
next time you start to eat that piece of pie or candy bar, think, do I really want to eat ugly pills?
Are Skittles
If
ugly
you're
pills?
underweight, today's
I
the
think
day to
so.
start eating more.
But they're good, though.
Your problem is even harder to correct than that of your overweight sister.
Wendy
If
can
you're
eat,
underweight, usually you're squandering nervous energy.
Brian.
Sorry.
Try to rest after meals.
I agree, though.
Slow down a
Stop doing
little.
uppers.
Get enough sleep at night. Add cream, dressings, butters, and jellies to everything you can.
Eat,
And
Lord,
never go more
straight
than
from the
full
can.
waking hours without eating. Otherwise, you're drawing on your reserves, and if you're too thin, you
You
simply
can enter a
can't
hot dog
afford to
eating
use up
contest.
those reserves. Do remember, however, today is the day to do something about it. And diet alone is not enough.
It's never
You must
enough with her.
exercise for the inches you want to gain or lose. Exercising is absolutely necessary if you are to have a good figure. Dancing lessons, swimming, tennis, all
Or
are good
Krav
body
Maga.
force.
Yeah.
But for spot reduction, it takes planned exercise.
He takes a Tide pen.
Best of all, exercising is fun, if you want to make it fun.
Is walking to the Dairy
The
Queen
following
considered
rules are
exercise?
designed to
No,
produce
but it's
the
fun.
result that's the most fun of all.
Yeah,
Success.
Rules are the funnest.
Aren't they, though?
You must do your exercises daily. 3 minutes morning and night are better than a half hour every other day.
Being beautiful
All
means
your
being
muscles
bad at
need
math.
stretching. So do your stretching and posture exercises first.
And make it awkward for
Exercise
everyone at the dinner
before
table.
meals, or long after.
Days,
Otherwise,
preferably.
you'll have a difficult time losing inches. Breathe, breathe, breathe
Then
while
stop.
exercising if you want your exercises to be really effective.
3 minutes, morning or night, will be all you'll need.
3
But
minutes
these
is
3
all you
minutes
need.
of exercising must be effective and deal with the areas where you really need work.
The hole in
Here
your
are two
soul.
wonderful exercises I want all of you to do now, for starters.
It's called binging and
They're
purging.
wonderful
Steve,
because
come
they
on.
work to
Sorry.
slim and trim all your major problem areas.
1. Stand tall and erect. Feet about
He
15
said
inches
tall.
apart. Arch hands and arms overhead as high as you
Just
can
like the
reach
McDonald's Golden
without
Horses.
stretching the arm muscles. Now, using the midsection muscles only,
YMCA.
pull yourself slimmer. Keep your stomach muscles tight. Don't raise the shoulders and neck.
Raise the roof.
Make the middle muscles do the work of pulling the waist up and away from the hips and the ribs up and away from the waist. Now, bend sideways
contour
to
your
the left
body.
at the waist, keeping the arms and hands arched. Bounce 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, now you're doing fine.
Yeah, you are.
Slowly lower the arms and hands to the floor in a circular motion. Relax like a rag doll. Then
Ragdoll,
bounce,
living in a
touching
movie.
fingers to the floor 6 times. Bounce, bounce,
Bounce, bounce.
This
bounce,
exercise is
bounce.
for all those husbands out
Now,
there.
breathe. With outer wrists
Everybody
together,
clap your hands.
raise your arms above your head. Stretch the midsection again and repeat to the right. Begin with 5 times each side and build to 10 times each side. Wendy's next figure maker for you begins
Starts
from
with
a
a Wendy's
kneeling
Frosty.
position. Kneeling, rest your weight on your left
No.
knee and stretch your right leg out to the side. Raise your arms overhead and lock your thumbs. Pull up hard and then bend toward your outstretched
Hard.
leg. Stretch and bend.
Husbands, pay attention.
Stretch and
Oh, trust me,
bend.
Steve, they are.
Keep at it until your thumbs touch your leg. It may take several weeks.
Or months.
4 years.
Reverse the position of legs and let's do it again. This time to the left. Rest your weight on your right knee and stretch your left leg out to the side. Raise
This
your
is
arms
called the
overhead
stanky
and
leg.
lock your thumbs. Pull up hard, then bend toward your outstretched leg. Stretch and bend. Stretch and bend. Now, relax.
Drink a margarita.
While eating a pizza.
What kind?
A margarita.
Oh,
Good morning. Day number 3, and your travel agent suggests you make a careful check to be sure you're beautifully lined up for your journey.
And keep all items
He's
in
right,
your
you
carry-on.
know. Your posture is a vital element in your journey to charm. Today's your day to measure your beauty line.
did he say booty
you know,
line?
Pretty
No,
posture
borderline,
can
like
make you
Madonna.
look elegant
Oh,
in
okay.
a potato sack. And poor posture could make you look
Or-
frumpy and appear as original.
What?
If this isn't enough to
racist
make you
mud
stand
lights.
up and take notice, let
Rude.
a man who knows give you a few more reasons why perfect posture is one of the most important beatitudes of beauty.
Without
the
question, my
patriarchy,
lovelies,
let's
your
tell you how
posture
to look.
line is truly your beauty line. If your
Feels like
shoulders
I'm
are slumped, if
going
there's
to
a sway in
lose
your back and your
my
tummy is
mind.
sagging, believe me, you're never going to convince anyone of your beauty. A girl looks more confident. No matter who you are, sloppy posture makes you look unsure of yourself.
Or like you're in high school.
You appear poised. There's no giveaway, even if you're nervous or uncertain. You look interesting and exciting. Pretty posture is vitality. Your figure looks more streamlined.
Like a toaster.
Besides all this,
Yeah.
it's wonderful exercise.
sexy toaster.
Reduces the size of your tummy, slenderizes your hips, and beautifies your bust line.
Plumps your lips.
It helps build good body tone by building a natural girdle of fine muscles
Girdle?
to encircle your entire body.
Where does correct posture begin?
In Genesis.
I'm sure you've all heard pull back your shoulders and pull in your tummy.
A tale as old as
believe me.
time.
This isn't the full story. The story of posture is in your neck.
To the left of the trachea.
If you carry your head correctly with your ears back over your shoulder bones and the crown of your head reaching for the ceiling,
Ow.
and your chin parallel to the floor, you'll find everything else lifts into place.
Okay, let's try it, Steve.
Pull your head back.
Ow,
Not your chin, your head.
Ow.
Until your ears are over your shoulder bones. Now, stretch from the neck,
Stretch
pulling
your
the crown
shoulder
of your head
bones
up
over
toward
your
the
mouth
ceiling.
bones? You know, like a
Stretch,
normal human.
Stretch, stretch. Be sure your chin is
Yeah,
parallel
stretch.
to the floor.
Like the pit of despair.
If you've done this correctly,
You look
felt your
insane.
shoulders easily
Yes.
and gracefully fall back into place. Your diaphragm pulled out of your rib cage, and your tummy was flattened.
Your eyes are
It's
crazy.
well worth it.
Yes.
So practice every day until this head position is the most natural position in the world for you.
Achieve full
It won't feel
exercise.
relaxed and natural at first because your muscles
Because
are
you're not an
accustomed to
owl.
being used in a different manner. But in just a few short weeks, if you practice, It will become very easy and very natural.
And then you'll blend in with normal
how you ever could
humans.
have been so sloppy as to have carried your body in any other way. Besides all this, if you pull your rib cage out of your waist and your waist out of your hips, look what happens.
You
At least an inch off your waist and a half inch from your upper hips. Try it.
No!
Rib cage out of your waist and your waist pulled up and out of your hips. There aren't many girls I know who wouldn't be grateful for such a quick slenderizer.
That's terrifying.
Better than the Slender Man.
Guess?
Wow. What else does he have here?
Good morning. Your
What's
passport
him?
picture is back from the darkroom.
That's what
Let's
I call
take a
my
closer look at
bedroom.
that reflection. What about your face? Is it a mask? Or is it alive and sparkling?
You know, like a human.
Your skin?
Right.
Would we describe it as peaches and cream? Or gray, bumpy parchment?
Like raw meat.
What about your
and
makeup and your
Oh.
hair? You talk about yourself in everything people see about you. Unkempt hair and sloppy clothes are not simply flaws in your appearance.
Nope, that's my look,
They are
baby.
an obvious
Rocket.
discourtesy. They say, I don't
Yeah,
care
you're
about
gross.
you
That's what I'm
or
saying.
how you think I look. I've never yet met anyone who was happy with their passport photo. But lucky
Gosh.
you have the opportunity to touch up the image. Here's how.
Instagram
List
filters.
now what the photo would
Exactly.
reflect if you were everything
beginning
you
of social
would like
media.
to be. How I would look.
Fake.
Figure. Hair. Skin.
Muscles.
How I would
bone,
dress.
sinew.
Right.
How I would act. The group I would select for friends.
It's like American Psycho
I'd
1.0
be
right now.
complimented
Right.
most often about the criticisms of me made by others I would hear no more.
I'd block them on social media.
The things I would try to do that I have always been afraid to do.
Oh, like honesty and self-reflection.
The
Right.
first step is to have a goal, an image in mind. You have this now. The next step is to make definite plans to carry out that goal.
What
You
goal?
must set a timetable for yourself and then check each day to see how near you are to becoming the you you'd like to be. The longest journey in the world begins with the first step.
Towards
All you need to do is take
whatever.
one step each day, but always forward, never backward. And you will become this you.
Always forward, Steve. Just like real life.
Right.
Good morning.
Forget the past.
Too many potential beauties miss the boat because they
Because
just
they're
won't
hungover.
believe
Or
it
couldn't
takes hard
swim.
work and
Right.
determination to become a real beauty. That's why I'm telling you of the importance of beauty habits. If you're to be successful in your quest to become the fairest of them all,
Hide
you
in the
can't
woods with
afford to miss the
dwarfs.
boat. So
Swim,
start
girl.
today with a daily beauty routine. A routine that becomes as much a part of you as breathing.
And Botox.
Here
And
are my
Ozempic.
suggestions
Yes.
for your daily beauty routine. Use them as guidelines,
Or
adding
peer
to
pressure.
them as your own beauty needs suggest.
The headlines are through lines that are guidelines for
Begin
beauty
each day
lines.
with 1 minute
Right.
of stretching exercises. You can do this while you're still in bed.
My favorite kind of
Stretch
exercise.
and relax. Then roll right out of bed onto the floor
And crack
start
your head on the
figure making.
nightstand.
3 minutes of really exercising. Concentrate on the area you're trying to correct, be it hips, thighs, waistline, bust, whatever.
Skull.
Personality.
And make
whatever.
every second count. Allow yourself 5 minutes for an ever so refreshing shower and a brisk drying with a heavy terry towel.
Who's Terry?
Go over your body
don't
with
know.
lotion,
Why do we have his towel?
paying special attention to your feet, legs, arms, hands, and shoulders.
Or other places if you're a
You'll need to spend 5 minutes on skincare, 5 minutes for hair, and 5 minutes to put on your prettiest face.
And 5
Then
minutes
it's
lying
into
to
your
yourself?
clothes and off to breakfast, bright-eyed and ready to meet whatever the day has in store for you.
body dysmorphia, most
Never
likely.
underestimate the importance of this daily beauty routine. For beauty is like a flower. It requires not one day's care, but weeks of daily care if it's to flourish and grow.
You know, this makes me think that dandelions are the flowers for men, and that we all end up bald and despised by those who gaze upon us.
That is true. That is true.
Okay, and we're back. Now, Steve, the exercises on this one killed me.
Yes.
But like there were some other ones that I was surprised weren't recommended by Wendy.
What's that?
Well, like touching your elbows behind your back, jumping jacks, and women's tennis.
Tennis?
Yeah, the grunting.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to be a contortionist to do some of these exercises.
Yeah.
Take your arm and wrap it around twice or around your neck and pull with your left hand.
I know. I just have a feeling that she was like, honey, what sort of exercises would you like to see me do?
Right. And you're just like, try this one, honey.
Right.
How about bending over and touching your toes?
Yeah.
No, face away from me.
Right. Yeah, like yeah. I mean, like,
Aren't there some groceries on the floor you need to pick up?
it just
Right.
is that level of.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, if you're seriously listening to this record for encouragement, your self-esteem is going to be squashed by this.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm ugly. There's no reason for living after listening to this.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you go to Taco Bell, then you're eating ugly pills.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
You're enjoying chocolate. Oh, that's ugly pills.
I know. Like, yeah, Steve, we talked about it. An entire generation of women listened to stuff like this.
Yes.
It is not a surprise to me, and probably to anyone, that this was followed by the women's liberation movement of the 1970s.
It's the natural order of things.
Well, you know, like,
screw this.
Yeah. Like,
I'm burning my bra.
As far as the pendulum swings one way, guess what? All that energy goes back.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So what are some things we've learned from this record?
Well, I think one thing for me that I just kind of picked up as I was going, and I made the joke about it, but like the exercising was made to sound simultaneously easy while also being physically impossible.
Physically impossible, yes, at the same time. Right.
I mean, just hook your thumbs together, then get on your knees, then lean to one side.
Right. If you take your diaphragm out of your stomach, what?
Right. Terrifying.
I'm not a surgeon, and even if I were, I wouldn't do it on myself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what about for you?
Well, I think, can we all agree that the good morning guy is creepy as all get out? When he comes in, good morning, my lovelies.
Oh, Steve, don't talk like that.
I feel like I need to take a shower every time he talks.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah,
it's horribly creepy.
You made me feel uncomfortable just then.
I'll just have to call you sometime. Good morning, Brian. How are you, my lovely?
I'm just kidding. I'm outside your window watching.
Exactly. Oh, my gosh. But yeah, the guy was pretty creepy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he earns that. I will say that.
Yes.
So, and Steve, a question came to me as we were going through this. What would be the harm in telling a woman they look great right now?
Right.
You know, like, why not? I mean, like, you know, like, you don't have to, like, you know, here's a predetermined idea that's fully formed that, oh, by the way, it's going to be impossible for you to get 100% on.
Right.
That's your standard.
Right. Because, you know, you don't want to be like your overweight sister that she alludes to there. It's like, my gosh.
Yeah. Like,
right.
Yeah. It's my official review there.
Yeah. And I think this record is like a very bad commercial for cosmetics.
Really?
Just, you know, we're going to help you become the beautiful you, because right now you're the ugly you.
Ew. Yeah.
I mean,
that's a fair point. No,
they probably wouldn't say that, but that's, you know.
No, but that's definitely the point that they're trying for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. And at the close here, you know, like, I'm not against encouraging women or men to look better, but to me, the goal should be to build greater confidence and not external acceptance.
Right.
You know, beauty norms, just so that we're aware and we can say out loud, beauty norms are constantly changing.
Right. Absolutely.
The cut of hair, the length of hair, the color of eyes, the color of makeup, how much makeup, how thin are you, how thick are you? These are things that continually
are always changing.
They're always changing. And because they're always changing, it's a moving target.
Yep.
And a moving target is really hard to hit.
It's really hard to hit. So quit trying.
Yep. So,
exactly.
What, if you were going to sum this up for you, what would it be?
I guess I would sum it up like this. Don't try to be the best looking. Be the best you that you can be.
Oh,
to kind of coin some of Wendy's words.
I like that.
And then just tell Wendy to jog on.
Yeah, I like that.
She can go fluff off or whatever.
Yeah. You know, like she earns it, man. She
Yes.
really does.
Yes, she does.
So I'm sad she took all that Montgomery Ward's money,
Right.
and just decided that she was going to use it to make women feel worse about themselves.
Right. Right. Yeah. As if they weren't already.
Good for you, Wendy.
Right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us again today for another beautiful episode of the Final Word podcast.
Yeah, and as we close, I just want to remind everyone, not all records should be collected. Thank you.
The Final Word podcast is written by Brian Mayer, Steve Beach, and Eric Evans. The podcast is distributed by Buzzsprout.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.